the first for Washington.
Eric Bledsoe is still on the come as a playmaker and shooter, but because of his great physical gifts, he is certainly a rising star in the NBA.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Kevin Love's checked in for Howard. Lee comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. James Harden, he's checked in for Bryant. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Paul. And Steve Bledsoe, 6'1" with the 6'8" wingspan, blinding athleticism, and he's an aggressive defender.
Yeah, he's a guy who applies a lot of pressure on the ball. He attacks the glass offensively. He's given us some highlight reel blocks, too. I mean, this young guy is explosive. Well, David Lee, a two-time All-Star. Over the past 5 seasons, he's averaged about 19 points and over 10 boards a game. Impressive numbers.
Here's DeRozan, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. And the Wizards lead by 7. Lillard with no one around. Tries to save it. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. Washington's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. And Wall kicks to DeRozan. Bledsoe with the rebound. And David Lee so consistently productive, and yet he's had his critics.
Well, I think part of it is because people tend to focus on what guys can't do sometimes instead of all the things they do. And David Lee gives you consistent production as a scorer, as a finisher, and he's an underrated passer as well. And you know what you're going to get from him every time he steps between those lines. Great effort and pretty consistent production.
Take a look at the rebound totals, guys. That's +5 now on the glass.
And, Steve, I don't think there's any question which team came out with more energy and enthusiasm.
And it's George missing. Lillard, the pass to Love. A 3. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Love's got his first 3 points of the game. Wall dishes to DeRozan. Here's Robinson, and misses it off the right side of the rim.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
And DeRozan, here we go. And that one's good. DeRozan's got his second bucket. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Wizards.
And they've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
And here's George. James Harden getting it to go from deep. Tries again. And it's Robinson with the bucket inside. Robinson's got his first basket.
You know, when he's in that tight with that kind of height advantage over the defender, that's going to be a pretty easy play for him. Damian Lillard off to a great start to his NBA career. Year 1, he was the 4th ever unanimous Rookie of the Year. And then year 2, his first All-Star appearance.
Steph Curry's checked in for the Thunder. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Anthony's checked in for Paul George. On the wing, DeRozan. And it takes a hard bounce. And Damian Lillard last season, the first player in NBA history to compete in all 5 major All-Star events.
Well, let's count them off right now, partner. He did the Rising Stars Challenge, the Skills event, 3-point shootout, the dunk contest, and he played in the big game on Sunday.
That's a busy weekend.
That's a full weekend, and the young fellow handled himself well in all 5 of them. You know, a team's rebounding is one of the great measures of its energy, and theirs has been terrific in the first quarter.
Yep, they were ready to go right from the opening tip.
Took him no time at all on that one. And the Wizards lead by 2.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
And first time of the game called for Oklahoma City. For the Thunder, Marcus Gasol is checked in for Love. Aldridge comes in for Lee. And Durant subbed in for Damian Lillard. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Al Horford, he's checked in for Monroe. Gasol comes in for Robinson. Ellis is checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And Irving subbed in for John Wall.
The offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layup. Earn it from the line. Well, you look at the Wizards, they've got an interesting mix of younger players and veterans, and they had tried to build their team with younger players, but a lack of leadership and maturity and professionalism led them to make some trades for more veteran presence, and you need a nice blend if you're going to win at a consistent level and get to the playoffs, and the Wizards got all the way to the second round as a result.
Right side Aldridge. And Harden wide open. He shoots. And that misses. That would have put him up. Irving kicks to Anthony. Gasol with the steal. He lobs it up. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Ellis. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, even from here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Yep, pretty obvious. And a good call by the official.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Quality free throw shooter a year ago, about 79%.
Outside Curry. Good if it goes. And no good trying to get that one. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Wizards lead by 3. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And when you consider how the Wizards are doing, Stephen Clark, your thoughts?
And I thought the defense was key here for this club. They really tightened up and made it difficult on their opponent.
How about the help on the drives and rotations? I mean, they've really been in sync as a unit.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for Oklahoma City right now, Durant is out there with Nowitzki. Then there's Bledsoe. Then there's Howard. And it's Paul in at the point guard.
Monte Ellis is only 6'3", but makes his living in the lane. One of the truly outstanding finishers in the NBA. He's an explosive small guard who is relentless in attacking the rim off the dribble.
And for Ellis, guys, a high-impact kinetic style of play and always driving the lane. And Steve, he played in all 82 games last season. He was very durable.
Well, among his many talents, that's another one. Yeah, the durability, the toughness to make it through the entire season. I think the coaches and teammates really appreciate that as well.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. And during the timeout, both coaches getting a chance here to review the strategy at this point of the game, along with the discussions. Also some rehydration going on with Gatorade. Everyone trying to bring their top game here tonight.
Yeah, that's why you see the trainers going around to every player, making sure they're hydrated, they're getting enough to drink during the game. And it's so important to hydrate yourself and keep yourself strong and ready to play for these big minutes down the stretch.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Guys, as we know, Dwight Howard used to covet the big market. His friend Josh Smith had said he's addicted to being global. And Howard even admitted people were in my ear about being in a bigger place and bringing more dollars in. Nowadays, it's not about where you play. Unfortunately, I had to learn that lesson in front of the whole world. Kevin?
His image took a hit, Doris, but he's learned from it, obviously. Thanks. Offensive rebound. Oklahoma City trailing. No good from Bledsoe.
So hard not to go for it when you see a chance for an alley-oop like there was there.
I know he wishes he hadn't.
And we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. And the wide open shot from Paul. Here's Howard. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Howard's got his first points of the game. Outside Irving. Money from the wing.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Thunder trailing by 4. Paul kicks to Durant. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Kevin Durant, the most unstoppable scorer in the game. It is amazing to watch this guy put the ball in the basket from every angle and every distance. His ball handling ability allows him to do just that. He can get wherever he wants to, when he wants to, and how he wants to. Can get a shot off anytime.
Kobe's checked in for Eric Bledsoe. And Durant with one of the league's quickest releases.
Yeah, I've yet to see anybody block his shot, and yet, if you leave your feet too early, he'll just drive right around you and dunk the ball with one dribble. I mean, that's the problem that he poses with the length and mobility and shooting efficiency. There's not much you can do with this guy.
Wizards making a switch here. Monroe's checked in. And Howard with the stuff.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
Well, we can talk all we want about LeBron's incredible skill level, and that would be a day-long conversation. But he quite simply could be the most incredible physical athlete that I've ever seen, certainly playing basketball. I mean, you could maybe take that to any sport. Strength, size, speed, endurance, quickness. He's got it all, and he brings the mentality that the great ones have.
Paul passes to Durant. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 3 assists in the game. And a wide open look here for Ellis. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. And Steve, with the NBA and the new motion tracking cameras, even at his size, LeBron still one of the fastest players in the NBA. On the court, they say he can exceed 20 miles an hour.
That's incredible. I mean, that's track star speed. And then you think about his upper body strength. The size and the strength and the speed, it's a combination that it just doesn't exist anywhere else in basketball.
Outside, Kobe. Durant with a wide open look. Again, Durant missing.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Ellis, that's good.
He's definitely got that shot in his arsenal.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizard. Irving leading the charge. Second chance effort. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Wizards have gone 8 of 13 from the free throw line.
Well, pretty good numbers for this club a year ago, Kevin. 78% as a team from the free throw line.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
James Harden, he's checked in for the Thunder. And then for Washington, Paul George, he's checked in for Gasol. And it's DeRozan for Monte Ellis. James kicks to Irving. A 3-ball. Outside for George. Hits the 3-point bomb.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's DeRozan. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. 6-point for DeMar DeRozan.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Yeah, absolutely. They made the steal pay dividends instantly in the open floor.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Well, last year LeBron mentioned